What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the On God podcast, man. As always, I like to welcome y'all, and I'm so happy for y'all to be here. I want to start out today with a prayer. Bow your head. Let's begin. Father, I come to you as humble as I know how. Eyes closed, head bowed. I ask that you would uplift my name and my voice as I uplift your name and your voice. I ask that you would speak through me today and give me nothing but the righteous words. I ask that you would open the ears of anybody listening within the sound of my voice so that anything you say will be received. I pray that your will be done during this podcast and that everybody who needs the message gets the message, Father. We all know that I'm just beginning this journey that I'm on right now, walking in your walk, walking in your footsteps. But I pray that I get it right. Amen. Y'all know I'm a work in progress, man. It ain't been too long since I started praying and talking to God. Well, I've been talking to God all my life, but praying, man, and hearing God and trying to do what He want me to do. Today we're gonna speak on trusting the process. Last week I told y'all some stuff that would lead up to today, so I'm gonna give y'all another story of what I went through with God. And last week I was telling y'all that through my upbringing, I was raised in church, but me, for some reason, I always chose to fight God. Like I always fought Him. I did my share of trying to turn people away from it, like it was a joke or something, because my faith was so shook. Because I wasn't having the type of life that I wanted, or I felt I deserved. I felt like God had forsaken me and abandoned me. I didn't trust the process. I didn't know that you got to go through some stuff to be able to sit here in front of this camera and tell y'all about some stuff. If I had had the perfect, easy going life, I would have nothing to sit here and tell y'all, look, this is what God brought me through. This is what God did for me. You have to go through the darkness to appreciate the light sometimes. And I say sometimes because even though I went through all that stuff, it wasn't the bad that brought me to God. It was the good. It was Him working all them blessings in my life and all the miracles so fast, and I just couldn't. I couldn't see nobody else but Him. Like I wasn't even trying to see it no more. I was like, damn. And excuse my language, but one thing I did this morning when I prayed in the bathroom was I kind of asked God for permission to say some things that I need to say. I don't know what them things gonna be, but I know you can't judge me because I already got permission from God. Um, what I mean by trusting the process is realize that this stuff you going through, these dark days, these hard times, is making you the person you need to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like I picture Kevin Durant standing up at the podium, getting his MVP award, and he crying, and he thanked his mama, and he was like, you know, you the real MVP. And that can go for kids graduating preschool, going to kindergarten, graduating junior high, going to high school, college, and all that. And you think back at all the stuff your mama did for you, all the sacrifices she made, and you realize, you know what? I didn't do this alone. Well, in your everyday life, sometimes we don't sit back and think about what we not doing alone, what God is doing for us. You tend to think about God more when you're going through the bull, when it's hard, and you like, God, why you know what I'm saying? What are you doing to me? What did I do to deserve this? You was born. He gave you life like your mama did, and she don't want nothing but the best for you. When you young and you on there and you want to go outside and play, but you grounded, your mama tell you now, come on in the house and study. It's because she want to see you walk across this stage and get that diploma one day, and she know it's gonna take a lot more work and effort from you. God the same way. He gonna put you through stuff and make you work harder, make you go harder, make you lean on him. Like I told you, the motto is on God, lean on God, depend on God, wait on God. You know what I'm saying? God is gonna do all these things for you that He always done. If you listen to me right now, it's because you woke up and nothing that's been in your way in your life has defeated you so far. You have lost a lot of battles. You did not lose the war. You still here. So that's one thing you can thank God for. No matter how bad today is, you got today. A lot of people ain't got today. I was looking last night on the internet, man. I seen my boy Ezel dead. Dude brought us a lot of lives, but he not here no more. I don't know what I just said. If I said laughs, but I meant to say laughs. He brought us a lot of laughs, but he not here no more. God has fixed it where he gonna bring you a lot more laughs, even though he not here. That's a blessing. Sometimes we need them laughs, but God needed Ezel more. But you can still turn on the TV and you can see dude, you can laugh with him and all this. Not to get off subject, let's get back to it. Trust in the process. When you get stressed out, long day of work, and you come home and you grab that glass of wine and you take them sips, do you trust the process? Because the wine used to be grapes, and them grapes got crushed, stepped on, crushed, and then it took a while, and you ended up with some wine. Diamonds, diamonds go through a whole lot of heat and a whole lot of pressure before they turn into something like this. It started out old dusty black coal. It's a process. A lot of us use oils, cook with. It's a process. You got to go get some olives. You got to press them. You got to get that oil out of there. Press. Seeds. It's a process. You put them in the dirt. You hide them from the sun. You water them. And then the seeds grow into something beautiful. It might make your house beautiful. It might make your yard beautiful. It might feed you. Give you nourishment. But it's a process. So what I'm saying is, when you feel crushed, when you feel under pressure, when you feel pressed, when you left alone in the darkness, then you got to trust the process and trust that God is working something amazing in your life. I promise you, that's how it works. I've been through the darkness. I'm not there no more. My life ain't perfect. I'm still going through stuff. Right now, I done lost my job. I don't feel no stress. I got God in my life, and I know I done seen him work so many times before. I done seen him come back, and I done had better than I was last time. I done that several times, to the point where that was my motto before I even started trusting and believing in God like that. I always realized, and I used to tell people I get on Facebook, I'm like, man, don't worry about it. The get back always better than the fall back. So when I get back, better believe I'm coming harder than I was last time. And I realize now that it's God. Because any one of them fall backs could have been a fall down, could have been a fall off. I could have been gone. When I was in that truck, I could have been gone. When I jumped off that train, I could have been gone. When Bone had that gun in my face, I could have been gone. There's a lot of other times where my life could have ended right there in this story, would have never made it. But with that being said, let me build y'all up to this story I'm going to give you. I told y'all I used to fight God. I told you I would fight him. I would talk about how God got Mary pregnant and ran off and left Joseph to be a stepdaddy. Um, I talked about Adam and Eve. I talked about Noah's Ark and how all the animals in the world would fit on one boat and what were they eating? The animals wasn't eating each. I talked about a lot of stuff. Thing is, in this world that we live in, that God created, it ain't for us to understand. It's for us to believe and make it to the other side. Still believe. In the process, we need to be helping as many people as we can. But I have done so much to not be helpful, to be hurtful, that I have a lot to atone for. And now I try to help as many people as I can within reason. Um, let's get back to the fighting and start the story. I told some of my people the story before, and I'm probably gonna tell a lot more because this story it teaches me, and I pray right now, Father, that you would give me the words to make people understand exactly what I felt, what I seen, and what I realized this day. It was a dream. I was asleep. I was in my truck. In this dream, I was like in a waiting room. I don't know what I was waiting on, but I was in a waiting room, and it was just me and one other dude. I couldn't see his face, like he never had a face. It was just a body. And we were sitting there, and the whole time, dude was just talking. He was talking. I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he wouldn't shut up for nothing. And it's like I sat there 45 minutes to an hour in my dream, like literally just sitting there wishing dude would shut up. And finally, I got to a point where I was like, man, if you don't shut up. And dude didn't even look at me. He just kept on talking. And it's not like he was crazy. It's just that he was talking and I didn't understand him. Probably was speaking in tongues or something. I couldn't understand this man. I just know that he wasn't shutting up. So 15, 20, 30, 45 more minutes go by and this man is still talking. Let the fight begin. I get up and I walk behind his chair. And I'm looking down at his top of his head while he's just sitting there talking. And I start raining these thunder cookies down on Butterbank. The whole time I'm hitting dude, he's still talking. Finally, he get to fighting back, and it's like a Chinese movie. We done switch scenes just that quick. We outside somewhere like in the jungle, but we still fight. We rumbling. Switch scenes. We over here in the mountains and we fighting, but we rumbling, and he talking the whole time. I've been fighting this dude, and I've been fighting this dude. I'm rumbling with him. He rumbling with me, but he's still talking. We fighting. We up and down, back and forth, still talking. When I tell you, we fought for hours. We fought for hours. Dreams last for hours, but they go by like that. This dream wasn't going by like that. It's like it was going by in slow motion, and I was just fighting. When I tell you I fought this man so long in a dream, I got tired. I couldn't fight no more. I couldn't lift my arms no more. I had sores on my back. He had sores on his back. Now I told you things were just switching up. I couldn't reach back there and pull the sword. I was so tired. I'm bending down, trying to catch my breath. We fight some more. I bend down, catch my breath. We fight a little bit more. Bend down, catch my breath. We fight a teeny bit more. I bend down, catch my breath. I ain't catch my breath. We've been fighting this long. I can't even catch my breath no more. In a dream, I can't dream that I'm catching my breath. I'm tired. And it finally hit me. This man ain't took a break yet. Now, when I break, he stopped fighting. But then when I started back fighting, he started back fighting. So now that I'm sitting here and I'm trying to catch my breath when I'm not fighting, this man reached on his back and pulled out that sword, reached back there and pulled out that other sword, and I'm sitting here so tired I can't reach back. And I looked up in my bed. I said, please, man. Mind you, he's still talking. I'm like, please, man, don't kill me. Man, I don't know why I was attacking you, bro, but I can't fight no more, bro. I promise I can't fight no more. Don't kill me. This man looked at me and kept talking. Finally, in this dream, I realized I had been fighting so long, so hard, I gotta use the bathroom. And you know how a dream be when you gotta use the bathroom. Voila, it was a bathroom. I looked to the side, men's restroom. I said, bro, let me use the bathroom, bro. Don't kill me, man. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I limp over to the bathroom. When I get in the bathroom, this man walk in right behind me and start talking. I walk up to the urinal. This man walks up beside me and keep talking. So I'm sitting here like, I don't want to pull out and use the restroom because this man is standing beside me talking. And I'm like, he ain't not going to. Look, bro, I'm fit to whip out and use the bathroom, bro. I got to pee, man. Quit talking to me, please. The man finally looked at me. I don't remember his face at all, but he looked at me and said, do what you got to do. I'm not going to stop talking to you. That was the only thing this man said the whole dream that I understood was do what you got to do, but I'm not going to stop talking to you. I'm trying to be big and bad. So I whip out and start peeing and wake up. I done peed all over my goddamn. Sorry, Pop. I done peed all over myself in this bed, in this 18-wheeler. And I jump up out the bed and I'm snatching the sheets off the bed before I make it to the mattress. And while I'm doing this, I realize, man, I just peed on myself and woke up. And this man's still talking. Now I can understand what he's saying. And what he said was, you see, a lot of people have it confused. They think that God was wrong for letting the devil take Job's kids. But I'm here to tell you this. Those were never Job's kids. Those were God's kids. And God knew that Job believed in him. So he also knew that Job would be reunited with them same kids when he entered the gates of heaven. Them kids wasn't gone. They were just gone before their father. And I said, that makes perfect sense. All this time when I've been arguing with people and telling them, what kind of God will let his most faithful servant, Job, kids be taken from him and then give him more kids? And then I would tell him, look, if I got 10 kids and you kill 10 of my kids, you wipe them out and give me 10 more. You didn't give me 10 kids. I don't have 10 kids. I got 20. And you killed 10 of them. I would tell people, that ain't my God. My God is smarter than that. My God made Satan. He made the devil. So he's not going to let the same Satan, the same devil that he made, run game on him so he could hurt his most faithful servant. He didn't hurt him. All them things he did was the process. It was the process when he took him down there and he crushed them like he crushed them grapes to make their wine. When he took them down there and he pressed them like he pressed on them olives to make that olive oil. He had them under all that pressure the way you make a diamond. Damn near buried them like you do a seed. It was a process. And when Job came out the other side, everything that he went through had to be reaffirmed that he went through for the right reasons. God made it all right. He didn't lose 10 kids. He got to make sure 10 of his kids went to heaven and would be waiting on him when he got there. And so he wouldn't be lonely. He got 10 more. Man, with God, it's a process. I went through a lot of stuff in my life. before I peed in the bed that day and woke up and realized God ain't never did nothing to me. He did all this for me. So when I was sitting there that day and I'm riding down the street in that same 18 wheeler, and I'm a big Razorback fan. You see Razorbacks all on my neck, some hogs. Um, I'm looking for a Razorback podcast to listen to as I'm riding down the street in my 18 wheeler working early in the morning. And I seen one with our new quarterback, Taylor Green. So I pressed that button, and lo and behold, it wasn't a football podcast. It was a gospel podcast. And they just happened to be talking to my new quarterback, who was a devout Christian, loved God, and couldn't do nothing but talk about him. That's what he wanted to talk about. So he got on the religious podcast and did his talking. And as he was doing it, I heard a voice say, "You need a religious podcast. You need to do this soon." That's what y'all watching right now today. Like, towards the end of that podcast, I heard God's voice come back to me again. It ain't the first time I heard God's voice, but I heard it. And he was telling me, you need to call somebody and tell them that you're going to start this podcast, because I don't want you to have a way out of doing it. You need to tell somebody that's going to make you stand on doing what you need to do. So I called my mama, I called my brother DJ, and I told them both what I wanted to do. Or should I say, I told them both what I was getting ready to start doing. And I kept telling people because I want people to ask me, "Hey, bro, you started that yet? You doing that yet? What's the name of it?" I try my best to hear when God's speaking to me. Sometimes I miss it. Sometimes y'all miss it. But I know that if I keep listening and I keep trying, every day God gonna show me something, or he gonna say something, or somebody gonna say something that I need to hear. Hopefully I'm saying something that y'all need to hear. But that's just how it go with me, man. I'm trying. I'm new to this. I know I should have been on it when I was a kid, but I heard LeBron James say one time, "I don't know why God gave me the hardest road, the longest road to travel, but he do." I went through hell and high water, prisons, man, gangs, being abused as a child. I made it through a lot of stuff. And at the end of that, I can tell you, praise God, because I didn't make it through none of that by myself. I had a lot of nights in prison where I was under that cover, talking to God, praying. I had a lot of Sunday mornings where I would wake up and listen to the gospel channel, because there was one song. I can't remember the name, but the name of the song was The Password. It's a rap song. And they used to play that song once a day on Sunday mornings, man. I would be under my blanket in prison listening to my headphones. And I would hear a lot of gospel songs waiting on that song to come on, but when I heard it, man, I just broke down crying. I used to feel like that song would give me strength to make it through another week in prison. And I started leaning on it. I started depending on it. I started waiting on it. The way I tell you to lean on God, wait on God, depend on God. I promise you, once you start doing that, once you get out of that thinking you know everything, because God works in mysterious ways. He will find a way to humble you. He will find a way to show you, to slow you down. And if he can't, then sometimes he just call you home. You know, hey, come on. Come on back home. I pray today that none of y'all get called back home before your time. I also pray that everybody within the sound of my voice and everybody within the sound of y'all voice gets these blessings. I pray for me and y'all to get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have or we need to make it through these days, man. Things ain't getting no easier right now. It's getting harder because us as a whole, the world is walking away and getting further and further away from God. We getting more and more relaxed on the laws and the rules and the regulations that God put us through, or put on us. I know since way before my time, they've been calling the end of days. I used to make excuses for that too, but now I see it. I see the things that's in the Bible about mothers and daughters turning on each other, fathers and sons. I see it, and I just hope that we all ready when they get here. When I woke up out that bed, it was a podcast playing. I had went to sleep with my phone sitting on the table beside my bed, and I forgot what I was listening to. But apparently, whatever it was went off, and I ended up listening to an 8-hour sermon. I was about 6 hours in when I woke up. About 6.5 hours into an 8-hour sermon that this white dude was doing. I think it was called Understanding the Bible, or Better Understanding the Bible, or something like that. But I just found it to be humbling and a little bit funny how God woke me up, and how he woke me up at the exact moment that man was about to say what I needed to hear to stop me from fighting. My God. He undid the things that I used to use to fight with. The Job story was my biggest story. That was my biggest weapon I used to use. And dude tore that apart in about 15 seconds as soon as I woke up. And I was thinking about how I just told y'all, God worked in mysterious ways. I fought God through that whole dream. And right when I got ready to tell him what I was going to do, he told me, okay, go ahead. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to stop talking. And he didn't stop talking. I did what I wanted to do, just how it was in his plan. At the exact second it's supposed to have happened, and I woke up, and God kept talking. He told me in a dream, I'm not going to stop talking. And he didn't. I woke up, and he told me exactly what I needed to hear. Maybe even through a white dude. But God will speak through a donkey or a child or whatever he wants, to a burning bush or a wet brick, a dried up piece of spit on the sidewalk, whatever it is, it belongs to God. He'll use it how he wants to. So at that moment, he used that white dude to talk to me and tell me what I needed to hear, right when I needed to hear it. And that got me talking to y'all today. Um, it's all thanks to God. I give all the glory to God. I give all the praise to God. And I hope you do too. I'm going to go and get ready to end this, but I'm going to tell y'all, make sure you lean on God. Make sure you depend on God. Make sure you trust God. Make sure you wait on God. On God.